So yeah, some very surprising news today for Starfield. I know this is going to ruffle a lot of feathers out there, or some feathers, I don't know. We have Starfield takes home the Golden Joystick Award for Xbox Game of the Year 2023. But yeah, we're going to take a look at that in depth. And it seems like people were expecting a lot more from the most recent Starfield update. We're going to talk about that one because there's some ideas floating around there that I really think Bethesda needs to tap into. And we're also going to be talking about this one right here, if I can find it. A Starfield hardcore survival mod is finally here. This is very cool. And there are some speculations that we could see official support for survival mode in the future, so we're going to talk a bit about that. So yeah, I guess we're going to start here with that headline about Starfield taking home that big award, the Golden Joystick Award for Xbox Game of the Year 2023. Now hold up, we got to find out exactly how this decision was made. So let's go over to Reddit, to this post right here. It gives us some insight. This one comes from Pabs911, who says, for anyone wondering, the nominees were Starfield, Chance of Sennar, not too sure which one that is, Hi-Fi Rush, which is an excellent game, Planet of Lana, Dead Space, superb game, and then Pentiment. All these games are really good games. Now, it says this, also in case anyone didn't know, these awards aren't decided by a committee. Golden Joystick Awards are a popularity contest. Whichever game gets the most votes online in a poll wins the award. And someone noted that Dead Space was strangely in there. I have to admit that is weird. It's not like an Xbox exclusive. Strange. Yeah, that one's confusing. However, if they're including every game released on Xbox and not just Xbox exclusives, that's a different story. They're very lucky, by the way, that Baldur's Gate 3 has not released yet on Xbox, because I still think that would have ended up being the game of the year as an Xbox game. I'm just saying. But yeah, just looking at the list of Xbox exclusives that came out in 2023, it wasn't overly competitive, of course, but out of all of them, I would say that Starfield is definitely my top pick. But I'm going to hand it to you guys. If you had to choose one Xbox game, if you can pick an Xbox exclusive, stick to exclusives, what would be the game of the year for you on Xbox console? Sound off. And even more so, overall, what is ultimately your game of the year? I do have my pick. It's Alan Wake 2. I fell in love with that game. I'm just saying, absolutely love it. It's not even overworld, but man, it is so good. Anyway, back to Starfield. It's been receiving updates, and they're kind of like drip feeding the game with updates. It's not like huge, bombastic, major updates, which I know a lot of us really, really want. Check out this thread right here. It says, I have to say, given there's not really any gameplay changes, I was expecting way more bug fixes after this long. And it goes on to say this, looking into the thread of the update post, it seems a lot of people have bugs hindering progression that weren't touched in this update. DLSS is a great addition for sure. The modders added it within a couple days, though I'm assuming Bethesda Game Studios probably had to do it a different way, which took longer. No idea how that works, to be honest. So yeah, given the only gameplay changes that you can eat food for negligible amounts of health, I really thought there would be pages of bug fixes. I suspect the only time gameplay changes are coming is once modders get their hands on the creation kit. Fingers crossed for bug fixes coming more frequently. Yeah, I was also very much looking forward to a monster list of changes and fixes when it comes to updates for Starfield, but that's just not happening currently. I really do hope, again, that the next update, which I'm assuming is going to include that new local map inclusion into the game, will at least provide us with some heavy changes when it comes to actual bug fixes. Because I know a lot of you guys, I see you guys out here on the subreddit still complaining about major bugs, what I consider to be pretty significant bugs, and they need to be addressed in this game for sure. But yeah, the community had some great ideas, so let's hop into those right now. So check it out. We have this one. In addition to eating food, we should be able to read books without picking them up. You would think that this would be something that's already in the game. As I recall, and correct me if I'm wrong, I believe it's already in Skyrim, where you can just read a book however you want. Hopefully they can get that into the game as well. It's such a quality of life thing. It would be nice, because I think more people would really want to pick up a book and read a little bit more about the lore. Now, furthermore, it says, great to see they added a brightness option. The game has been so insanely dark inside of structures for me. Now, hoping they will add the ability to turn off the auto aim. It is so insanely strong. So yeah, I haven't heard many people mention auto aim. So if you're in that category where there needs to be more options with auto aim, let me know if that's the case or not. Now, it says, I'm guessing This doesn't fix the New Atlantis apartment from getting reset when the cell resets from the 2 quests. Yeah, this one is definitely one of those bugs you never want to experience. And then we have a very interesting take about XP. Really haven't heard much about this one, so check it out. It says this game could do with an XP rebalance. It says it's not that the overall curve is screwy, it's fine, but it takes longer to level as you go. It's how XP is rewarded and the perverse incentive structure that creates. Furthermore, it says this: the main quest sequence gives you a massive amount of experience, so if you're gonna run a few New Game Plus cycles, awesome, it's good for you. But many other side quests have a flat, low experience total that is meaningless once you crest level 30. Sure, I could fly across the galaxy, pick up some pay for 50 experience, or I could mow down dozens of high-level alien herbivores for 1,000 XP a minute potentially, or set up a base so that I can craft 10,001 experience items. Whoosh! You're level 50, and all you did was tap the A button. Exploration experience, meanwhile, is largely flat. You always get a good number from discovering a planetary feature and completing a survey, but for how long it takes to hunt down the last little bug, alien scanning species to 100% should be buffed on higher level planets. Yeah, I agree. Exploration overall, by the way, really needs to be, how should I say, re-explored by Bethesda and updated further. But yeah, furthermore, we have this one right here. It's not just quests that suffer. Regular crafting XP is garbage, a huge downgrade from Fallout where higher level mods gave more experience. I don't think placing settlement objects gives XP at all. One of the few places that experience feels balanced is ship combat, where higher level ship skills or kills, are worth hundreds of XP, though it would be nice if they would rebalance NPC kill XP to be at least equivalent to shooting out of the sky. That feels like a minor gripe. Now, outside of shipbuilding and maybe exploration, every fun way to play the game is an agonizingly slow way to level compared to just murdering thousands of aliens or playing factions. Zero complexity addition. Very frustrating. Seriously saps replayability for me anyway. So yeah, I think the assessment here is they should be revisiting experience when it comes to side quests, that sort of thing. So yeah, I totally agree with that. And when it comes to replayability, I don't want to be like forced into New Game Plus. That should be 100% optional. If there's so much experience on that main pathway, it seems like that it's very much geared towards that New Game Plus experience. But yeah, we got to talk about that Starfield Hardcore Survival mod. It is finally here, or I should say mode. But this is really cool. It is a mod, I should say that much. But yes, we got to get into this one because, again, there's been some potential teases about seeing a hardcore survival mode added to the game officially. Todd Howard has gone on record, kind of more recently in the past months, saying that, hey, you know what? We might be interested in doing something like that because we already kind of built out that system in the first place. We just had to scale that down to make it more playable, but maybe, just maybe, people would find it to be a lot of fun to have to survive a bit more in the universe in space. Now, it goes on to say this one right here, aptly named Eat, Sleep, Drink. The Starfield mod from Serious Moonlight adds just what you think it does to Bethesda's game. You'll need to eat, drink, sleep every real-world hour to prevent a series of debuffs on your character, just like any other Bethesda games with survival and hardcore difficulty mechanic. How this impacts an RPG game will be expanded over time too. Now, if you don't eat food, you'll lose health. Not drinking water will lower your carrying capacity, and not sleeping will give you negative 80% experience penalty, the opposite of the emotional security bonus. You can also pick and choose which of these you want. So if the XP penalty seems like too much for you, you can just not use it. And the modder did go on to say some things here and expand upon this a bit more. He goes on to say this: in Serious Moonlight's original survivability mod, and let me know if this is how you guys would prefer to play it. He goes on to say changes to Starfield weapons and carry weights were also implemented, but they say based on feedback, all of those adjustments will be kept in a separate mod to give people flexibility. I will also likely not be looking to balance environmental damage anytime soon. I think it would be cool if they did mess around with that a little bit more, because there's some really cool environmental stuff that I thought they were going to be tapping into a bit more in this game. Like you'll roam around and you'll notice that the environment is a bit more acidic. Radiation, it can be an issue. And Bethesda really wanted to have like multiple suits to where you had to handle the environment. I thought that sounded kind of cool, not gonna lie. And it would have been cool if like suits mattered a bit more in this game. Like, man, I really need a radiation suit right now. Or at least maybe have components that can upgrade your suit where you can survive irradiated wastelands or whatever. But I personally think that would be awesome to see some sort of official support for this in the future. All right, you know what time it is. It is time to get into your top comments. Remember, leave a comment down below. It could end up right here in a future video. Let's do this. My most recent video was beta update is here. This is fantastic news. Updated review after beta patch. And yeah, if you missed it, they added DLSS support. And, you know, they did fix some bugs, but a lot of you were kind of like, this is underwhelming. You know, I want more. Of course, DLSS support should have been in the game initially. Don't get me wrong. But it's good to know, hey, updates are still coming for the game. Now, we have this one from MTG Player 10 who says, I'd like them to pump up what you can do to all outposts. I think it'd be great if you could put down several landing pads and make some refueling stations for other NPC ships to land. Maybe make some constant money while you're at it, as well as making vendors to set up shop once you get the shops built. Almost sounds like you would have like a gas station out there in the galaxy. Dude, I love that idea. Now it says, make it like little towns that can pop up anywhere. Of course, being able to defend remotely would be nice as well. Set up a bunch of turrets. Hell, maybe some land-based anti-ship weapons that would fire upon enemy ships. Hire on some security for the town. And being able to draw some money from that would be cool. Maybe I'm expecting too much, but it would actually give a reason to make an outpost and keep it. Yeah, you're making me think of one of my favorite games, though. And it's The Godfather. You guys know I've mentioned this game before, but they had all sorts of cool systems where you can go in and earn, like, I guess you would call it, like, passive income. But it would be cool if more games embrace that, because it makes me want to go out there and explore and kind of expand your venture, your business, what have you. I mean, you can also, like, view it as, like, the Crimson Fleet or whatever, like a takeover. That would be an interesting take on it as well. But yeah, there's so much potential to really embracing more like economic stuff in these games, in my opinion. Then we have this one from Clyde who says, awesome news. Great to hear that they are fixing bugs and issues. The silence always seems to make people suspect the worst. Yeah, they aren't completely 100% radio silent for sure. I want to know more about the expansion. I'm just going to say, like, I'm extremely curious to see what they're doing with that one, and if they're really like sitting down, going through the feedback and taking it and being like, how can we further improve this game? It would also be nice with the expansion if they could further update the vanilla base game. Again, Cyberpunk 2077, this thing. That would be really, really nice. Now we also have Mikey who goes on to say the following right here. It would be nice to get a new game plus option where grav drives were still developed, but Earth made it through and you end up getting dropped on Earth versus UC versus Freestar conflict over something specific from that universe. That would be a lot of fun. Wouldn't have to flesh out an Earth for it too much. Just change some stuff happening on Mars and a few other places or add. Yeah, it would be cool. I heard you guys mention, DLC perhaps structured around Earth a little bit more. It's pretty desolate, of course. They could even do like maybe prequel stuff. They really could. Like they gave some hints and signs as to what happened. I know maybe some of you haven't finished the story, but yeah, there's some really cool stuff they could definitely do that is kind of like prequel content. Anyway, I'm going to leave it at that. Thank you all so much for the comments, the love and support on the videos. I greatly appreciate it. Look out for more news and updates about Starfield. Let me know if you guys are still playing it or if you kind of backed off waiting for updates or if another game has grabbed your attention. I know that I kind of took a break from it more recently for Alan Wake 2. I was definitely looking forward to that game, and it has surpassed my expectations. It is definitely my game of the year, at least so far. You know, I think it's probably going to be my game of the year. But thank you all so much for watching. Stay tuned for more Starfield and open world gaming goodness. I have you guys covered, and I will see you all next time. Take care.